Hello everyone. Today I wanted to talk to you about communications. I am a public relations and marketing professional and I work for a company called ABCO Worldwide. With over 20 years experience in the field of communications, it is our job to always be quick to react to our social, political and economic environment. But rarely have we seen a time when communications has been seen to be so important. It is through communications during COVID that we have seen the difference between the leaders and the followers. So now, as many of us transition to returning back to the workplace and being faced with a new normal, we can see that nothing in the world is as obvious as change. So as communications is increasingly seen in the spotlight, here are 5 ways that COVID has changed the landscape ahead of us for years to come. Number 1, be a comms expert. We've seen that companies with strong communications and agility have not only survived, but have prospered during this pandemic. The COVID-19 news cycle has served as a crash course in crisis comms for many professionals and will equip us with tools and experience and expertise to combat future crises. However, it's not just crisis communications that we need. In any business, communications is vital. According to research, over 75% of staff in the MENA region said they look internally to their colleagues and senior leaders for daily updates, briefings, and best practices. For some companies, the crisis increased people's admiration for their brand as they demonstrated fantastic examples of communications. Number 2, go virtual. We have seen that webinars and panel discussions virtually on platforms has proved immensely successful. We believe that this trend may last much longer than just for lockdowns. Be creative with your virtual communications. It can be used for training, for conferences, and even to host online fashion shows and multinational exhibitions. The industry is adapting fast, and you can do many things, including breakout rooms, as well as polls that can be conducted live. Number 3, video brings a message to life. It's true that over the past few months, we've seen that video has grown at an incredible pace. With so much more time on our hands, video consumption in the past few months has witnessed unprecedented growth. And in fact, the Global Web Index discovered that 80% of consumers in the UK and the United States have viewed more content via broadcast TV, online streaming, and videos such as YouTube and TikTok during the pandemic than at any time prior. In fact, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella summarized the change by saying, "We have seen 2 years' worth of digital transformation in just 2 months." The wonderful thing about digital now is that video is easy to create and can be done by a not expensive rate. This is the thing that we all recommend when we're doing internal communications and external to clients. Number 4, content is king. Always remember that whatever kind of communications you are doing, think about your content. Ask yourself a number of key questions. Is it authentic? Does it have a true purpose? Is it communicating honestly and transparently? And are you being creative or having a personality? The way that you develop your content and your communications says a lot about who you are, where you work, or what you stand for. So remembering these simple things when trying to develop your communications makes it so much more powerful and engaging as a result. In addition to the way you develop your content, you also need to think about where you are sharing your content. What kind of social media platforms? What kind of internal platforms? Is it face-to-face or is it through an external medium? And make sure that you use data to track the relevance of it, whether it's taking surveys from people in a conference or tracking the reference points through audits and online measurement tools. By knowing your results, you are then able to make sure all your future content is as engaging and results-oriented as possible. And lastly, number 5, don't forget you can never communicate enough. Whether it's an internal employee, external media, or your friends and family, communications is key in every part of your life. And remember to always keep communicating. The media still want to hear from you and still have interest in what you're doing. So don't forget to contact those journalists, and internally, you can never say enough. Well, thank you for all of your attention. I hope that these 5 tips have given you some examples of the way that communications can help you not only in work, but also when you are dealing with people around you on a daily basis. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.